Hey, Samuel in Greensboro, North Carolina. Matthew here with FreePrescriptionLenses.com, and with the help of my GoPro camera, I'm going to show you how I cut prescription lenses with an anti-glare coating for your Gucci 1054 color 13V, the 13 volt, which is the matte black. So let's take everything out of the original packaging. Of course, this is the star of the show, the Gucci frame. It's got the little red green on there. Mine almost do. I've got the black red on my Gucci's, and for those of you keeping score at home, I'm wearing the 2248 and the color is 4VD. Because if you're not 4VD, then you're against it. Okay, this is a little plastic sleeve on the left temple to protect the temples from rubbing together during shipping from Italy. And of course, you're going to receive all the manufacturer's packaging when I ship to you. I'm going to take out the original demo lenses, one of which it says Gucci. I'm going to pop the lenses out very quickly. I'm going to take your Italian frame and put it into the tracing element of my French edger and hit that green circle, which is start. Everyone wants to know, how does the computer know what shape lens to cut? This is why that little stylus pops up and is tracing the shape of the right side of the frame before moving over and tracing the left. Here at FreePrescriptionLenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed in quality. You buy a genuine, authentic Gucci frame and you'll receive one free pair of clear single vision prescription lenses or non-prescription fashion lenses. My receipts have my federal ID tax number, so if you have vision insurance or flex dollars, you will get reimbursed from this purchase, whether these are prescription or not. Samuel, you gotta have prescription. Ain't no way of getting around that. So let's put in your pupillary distance, which is 31.5 in both eyes. The computer starts at 32.5. So I'm gonna hit this minus button 2 times. It goes in 0.5 millimeter increments and I'm ending up at 31.5. Let's go ahead and get your lenses prepped. You got some preppy lenses. Okay, the right eye is minus 350. It better be this lens. 350 minus 50 at 002. I'm gonna spin the axis wheel of my Marco, my very dusty and dirty Marco 101 lensometer to 2, which is 2 tick marks away from 0. Take the lens out of the protective sleeve, put the, let me zero that out, okay. Put the power drum on minus 350, put your lens in, rotate until the sphere power comes in clearly, locate the optical center of the lens, check your astigmatism correction, that's looking good. Of course, I'll explain all that in a moment. And then I'm going to put 3 dots on your lenses. Hopefully you can see those. Uno, dos, ocho. Man, I didn't know there was going to be so much math involved. I'm going to mark that one right. And your left lens, minus 3, minus 50 at 158. Minus 3, minus 50 at, where's 158? It's got to be on here somewhere. 2 tick marks away from 160. So let's take your lens out of the protective sleeve. Put your lens into the lensometer. Rotate it until the sphere power comes in clearly. Find the optical center of the lens. Oh, hang on now. I never changed the power drum. Minus 3. Now that changes things. Now let's rotate the lens again. I actually found out your spherical equivalent, which we don't want to do. There we go. Minus 3, minus 50. Put 3 dots on there. Uno, dos, cuatro. Man, and I'm going to put an L on here, which stands for not right, which is just like me. I ain't right either. So let's gather everything up, come on back down here, as they say here in North Carolina. And the reason why I put those 3 dots on your lenses, it has to be oriented in there just perfectly because of your astigmatism. And that little black dot is the optical center, your center dot. I'm going to get that lined up there. And the other 2 dots tells me that the lens is in there perfectly and it's not askew. Now this is a block. As if you've seen any of my other videos, you know I like to call these Jenny from the block. So I need to attach a double-sided adhesive sticker, of which, wait, hang on, I've got a couple. 1, 2. I was almost going to run out, not be able to cut your glasses. Okay, so put the sticker on one side. The black side is the sticky side, by the way. Get down from there. Let's clean up. Let's clean up. So we don't have anything hanging down. The black side is the sticky side. I'm going to place that onto the block. Now the little silver button on the back is a magnet. That's going to do its job twice. The first job is right now. This is an arm of the blocker. I'm going to place that in there. It has a little corresponding magnet that's going to hold it. And that's lined up. I'm going to hit that button. The arm's going to come down and place the block onto your right lens. Let's move your frame. Let's get that out of there. Let's now do the same thing for the left. Pull the sticker away. Get that magnet lined up, and let's find your left lens. There it is. Again, it actually mirrors the right, so you are the same on both eyes, 31.5, so it mirrors that for the left lens. Get everything lined up perfectly. Hit the button, and now the blocks will come down and be applied to your left lens, the unright lens. So this is the edger. This is the machine that does all the work while I'm yapping my mouth. This costs $40,000. Actually, this costs $39,999. No, I take it back. This costs $1. My stylus, I'm getting ahead of myself, costs $399. Without the stylus, I couldn't do this. Oh, snap. Okay, maybe I could do it. This costs $39,999. This costs $1. That is the shape of your lens. The actual cutting wheel is over here on the far right. That's going to act like with that white residue on there. I don't know what that white residue is. I have some on the counter here too. Actually, I shouldn't joke about that. Kids, stay in school. All right, so this white powder is polycarbonate that has been cut on the wheel. That is the rough cutting wheel that's going to bring the lens down to its final size. This wheel in the center, that channel, that valley, that's what's going to put the bevel onto the lens so it stays inside the bevel of the frame. Now the magnet's going to do its job its second time. Come on, magnet, do your job. And it's going to hold it in place into the chuck, or as I like to call it, the Charles, because I don't know the machine well enough to call it chuck. But I have done that. I've pulled up the shape of your lens onto the computer. These are polycarbonate lenses. I am not going to polish the lens. I'm not going to put a bevel on the front surface, the convex surface of the lens. I'm only going to put a bevel on the rear concave version of the lens, surface of the lens. I need more coffee. I'm going to hit the green arrow, which is start in every language. The door closes. Sounds like a ghost, doesn't it? It's haunted. And now two white styluses are going to trace the shape of the lens, making sure it's large enough to fit into the frame. And it's actually going around twice, measuring the thickness of the lens at every point to know exactly and precisely where to place the bevel, so you have the best cosmetic fit possible within the frame. In just a moment, the lens is going to drop down. That cutting wheel is going to move over and into place, and the lens is going to drop down onto the cutting wheel. Now, if you see light flickering in the back, that's because I have cataracts. No, that is water running in the back of the machine. It's there to collect the optical sawdust. Polycarbonate lenses cut dry. Plastic and high index plastic cuts wet. You will see water splash onto the lens, but only for the last 20 seconds of the cutting cycle. So your lens has now begun grinding. As I mentioned, your lenses are made out of polycarbonate. Polycarb is 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. Polycarb is also virtually unbreakable. Polycarb is also bulletproof up to .22 caliber and has both UVA and UVB protection built into the lens. We know what the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays can do to your skin from overexposure, where your eyes are 8 times more sensitive than your skin. So you have permanent sunscreen for your eyes, unlike the lotions, creams, and sprays that you have to reapply every few hours when you become in constant contact with the intense sun. This will never need to be reapplied. The other nice feature about your lens, it is aspheric. Aspheric simply means not spherical. A spherical lens is completely round in every direction, just like a basketball. Aspheric is much flatter. So not only are your lenses thinner and lighter, but the front curvature is flatter to fit today's flatter curvature frames. So when you buy glasses online from my competitors, although they ain't no competition, but they will charge you for plastic lenses, the thicker plastic. If you want to upgrade to the thinner, lighter weight, unbreakable, bulletproof polycarbonate lenses with UVA and UVB protection, they charge you an upgrade fee for that. Then if you want to upgrade to the aspheric flatter design, they charge you a third upgrade fee for that. So this is someone else's top tier premium lens you get for free simply by buying a frame from me. That's right, free prescription lenses. Now, even though it's measured before as doing a check and balance system, the old carpenter saying measure twice, cut once, it's measuring exactly where to place the bevel again after it's cut it. Now, if you notice, your lens is completely flat all over, just like a nickel. If I were to take it out now, it would stand up on the counter. Now it's getting the V-shaped bevel to go inside the bevel of the frame. Now the other thing about your lenses, you pay the extra $40 to get the anti-glare coating. Anti-glare is 3 features in one. The first feature is it eliminates glare, particularly driving at night, but especially driving at night in the rain. But from street lights, stop lights, overhead, computer screens, fluorescent lights. All right, so water has begun spraying. It does that for the last 20 seconds of the cutting cycle just to wash away any optical debris. But the second feature of the anti-glare lenses is a reflection-free lens. That's why it goes by the initials ARC. So if someone's looking at you, they don't see their reflection in your glasses, or more importantly, the reason why some people get it is that if you take a selfie or if someone else takes a picture with a flash, you won't see the flash lit up in the lens. You'll see just your eyes. Now the third feature that I like, it is the practical side, is that the machine that applies the anti-glare coating, that little wheel on the end of that arm is applying the safety bevel to the rear surface. But because the machine that applies the anti-glare coating costs well over $1 million, it actually takes over 24 hours to apply, to vaporize 7 different coatings onto your lens that give you the hardest scratch coating of any lens, just to protect their time, their investment of time and money. So I just want to dry your lens off so it's not slippery now. I'm going to use my thumbnail. Oh, look, there's a little bit of Schwarf. You see that Schwarf is optical sawdust. I'm going to use my thumbnail to scrape all of that off your lens. Look, I love it when it comes off in one piece. That's like pulling out the lint trap in your dryer, and it all comes out in one piece. So I'm going to scrape all of that off of your lens. I'm going to carefully collect it into one pile on the counter, and then I'm going to wipe it on the floor. Because that never gets old. Plus, if someone comes over, it's good to have a dirty floor. It makes people think you've been working. You know, I got to fool people the best I can. So I'm going to take your lens, I'm going to tuck it in at the outside corner, use my thumbs, push down the nose, it snaps in easily. Let's go ahead and cut your left lens. I'm going to flip that over to L, which again stands for not right. Tuck that into the Chuck, the Charles, how about the Charlie? All right, I'm putting your lens into the Charlie, and again I'm going to hit the green button. The door is going to close, the clamp is going to shut, and then the lens is going to be traced by 2 white styluses, making sure that the lens is large enough to fit into the frame as it goes around. There we go. And of course, as always, measuring the thickness of the lens at every point to know exactly and precisely where to place the bevel so you have the least amount of edge thickness possible. So how about that? No edge thickness whatsoever protruding out of your frame, even with your prescription. Ooh, that nice little Gucci emblem. Gucci, Gucci, Gucci. Little baby talk there. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this block. It is no longer needed. And let's go back down here. You can barely see that red dot. That is your optical center. So I'm going to darken that because we're going to need to measure that later on. But I am going to spin the axis wheel back to 002. Put your lens in right over that red dot, and I'm going to read the prescription. And I'm getting -350, which is exactly halfway between 3 and 4. Now, the unit of measurement we use in the optical world is called a diopter, spelled D-I-O-P-T-E-R. It starts at 0 and goes upward from there in quarter increments, 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1, and so on. So you need 14 steps of correction for your farsightedness. You are nearsighted. Without your glasses on, everything from here in is great. Anything beyond arm's reach, you're going to need 14 steps of correction for farsightedness. Now you need an additional 2 steps of correction for astigmatism. Now there is a stigma over the word astigmatism. It just means shape. It's like saying someone has straight hair or someone else has curly hair. You don't freak out when you hear that, but everyone freaks out when they hear that word. I have astigmatism? How long do I have to live? Don't worry, it is not a disease, it is not an affliction. But this first number makes everything the correct size. Astigmatism is what makes 6s and 8s look alike, or the letters P and F. So 14 steps of correction, 2 more to give you a total of 16 steps of correction. And think of astigmatism correction as the fine-tuned knob. That's why 6s and 8s look alike. We're going to crispen everything up in a straight line from 0 to 180. 0, 90, 180. We're going to turn that knob to 2. We're barely going to get off that 180 line. We're at 2. Now, let's check that astigmatism correction. 2 steps and we're at -4. So, remember high school algebra where you add two like signs together? Yeah, me either. I don't remember that either. Let's use today's terms. If someone had borrowed $3.50, then they borrowed another 50 cents, they would owe you $4 plus interest. There we are, $4 in the red for minus. So your left eye is a couple steps better. You only need 12 steps of correction for farsightedness, still an additional 2 steps, so we're going to end up with a combined value of -350 at 158. So we're going to turn that knob past 90, closer to 158, almost around 160. Now you think 2 and these first two numbers are real values to be concerned with. These last numbers 2 and 158 really don't mean anything to you. They really don't mean anything to me, if I can be quite honest. No, I'm just kidding. But that straight line 0 to 180, over here you're only 2 steps away, over here you're 22 steps away. So you're very close to that 180 meridian, just on opposite sides of it. Now if you missed any of that, let me recap. Oh, I know that was bad, but you'll be telling it tomorrow. All right, your lens is done. I'm going to open this door with my mind. I can do other things with my mind. I can melt ice with my mind. I can. It just takes a couple hours, but I can do it. I just have to keep staring at it. God, guys, come on, gosh. All right, so let's scrape that away again. I love it when it comes off in big pieces like that. Oh, little piece, little piece. Okay, that's done. Where's your frame? There's your paperwork. Here's your frame, and my dusty, look at that, it's bleeding. I gotta take it to the doctor. All right, so let's take your left lens, tuck it in. Actually, I think I should just bury it at this point. Take this block off, it is no longer needed. Thought I was strong enough to do that. No, I am not. So, let's darken that red dot again. Dot. Again, you missed any of that, let me recap. Oh, 2 times in one video. All right, so let's put the lens in over the red dot, spin the axis to 158, the axis. Check the power, and I'm getting -3, just what I've got here. Now again, 2 steps of astigmatism correction, so I'm going to end up with a final value of -350. 2 steps, look at that, I'm at 350. I could not have made any of that better myself if I've made it myself. Wait, I did make it myself. All right, let's check your pupillary distance. 31.5 for your right eye, 31.5 for your left eye, for a total of 63. I'm going to spin the card around, place the thumb with my PD stick on your right lens, and when we look at the left side, we are getting 63 millimeters, so that is made perfectly as well. And of course, this is the time in every video that while I'm cleaning your lenses, and mention that when you get these in the mail, and of course free shipping anywhere in the United States, but when you get these in the mail, there is a very small chance that these are going to fit too loose or too tight. However, there is an 80% chance when you put these on that one side is going to sit higher than the other. That is because 80% of people have one ear that is higher than the other, and I'm no different, and I will show you in just a moment. But I'm going to get these in standard alignment first, also known as a 3-point stance. The 3 points are 1, 2, and the bottom of the frame being 3. I'm going to set her on the counter and press down. There is no wobble. When I say wobble, when I press down on mine, they wobble on the counter, but they sit level on me. Let me see. Let me put mine back on so I can see what I'm doing, yo. Flip these back over, press down. There is no wobble. Close each temple to make sure they overlap perfectly, and they do, and that neither one is askew like that. And of course, here are some accoutrements that you will be getting. Of course, your packaging with the SKU, is that what that's called? The barcode scanner on there. Every Gucci frame comes with the card of authenticity, where you can register your product with Gucci if you would like. And of course, their logo, the kissing G's, all over there, all over your card, your COA, your card of authenticity. You also get the Gucci case, the Gucci cleaning cloth. And before I get, not only do I include instructions on how to care for not only your eyeglasses, but for your case and cleaning cloth, so they will last you for years. Now this is your Gucci case, again with the matching kissing G's, the chain, as they will. Now this case comes flat where you can put it in your back pocket, or if someone else has a case like this in a clutch purse for when you go out, when you want to use it, it unsnaps, opens up, folds out. Now I don't think my camera is good enough, but that same pattern on the outside is on the inside in this plush velvet. You have the kissing G's on the inside. And if you could just smell this Italian leather case, this is the bomb. So, the bomb diggity, I believe the Italians call it. But it folds out, you can put your glasses in there, snap shut, and now you can put it in a bag or anything else, book bag, gym bag. Anytime you need to store it, it will store in this triangular case. And then when you're wearing it, simply fold the case down by pushing in on the two sides or hitting it with a hammer, one of the two. And that is that. So, if anyone else has any questions, just simply email me at freeprescriptionlenses or gmail.com, or simply click contact me from the website. Samuel in Greensboro, North Carolina. Where'd my flashlight go? I can't find it. You know, I have a smaller flashlight, I just can't find it. But I hope you enjoyed watching as I cut prescription lenses for your Gucci 1054 in the color 13V. Of course, all Gucci's made in Italy. What does it say on this side? Just the GG 1054 color 13V and the 145 temple leaf. And of course, even the inside of the temples have the kissing G pattern lining it, so it'll grip your ears very well. But everyone else hopefully has gotten the chance to see how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you.